All right, so hypothetically, there's some governance somewhere, I just haven't found it. There's some rules somewhere, just haven't found it. Oh, that's interesting that popped up. All right, so there's laws of nature. Those seem to keep being broken while I'm here in some form of arrest without development of anything successful. I was a kiddo, and I'm like, okay, so Judy, I was like, if, right, crash landed spaceship, right, pretty much my story. I was like, everybody's brain dead except for you and I. How do we rebuild the world, and where do we go first? What kind of government are you aware of? Can you at least tell me that? Right, and so that's what Judy and I tried to do, was rebuild something together on paper. I don't know, it didn't work out too well. We didn't get very far. Also didn't work out because I never got the hell out of wherever I needed to go. But here's the thing, when you have multiple lifetimes, like, how are humans gonna know if the stars have been overwritten or rewritten in a derogatory manner that excludes you in scary occupations that you didn't even know existed? Like, where's the checks and balances on quiet classified projects of, like, you didn't know and nobody talks about, so you don't think of? Right, okay, so like say there's this Pentagon somewhere, right? Star of David, whatever. Say that there's like a state of Israel. They have a star, one, right? It's hollow. Holla. Right. Then I got a flag with 50 of them. I mean, I think we did that because we didn't want them arguing over whose stupid fucking kid was more important than the rest between our hollow Pentagon and whatever. Now, here's the thing. There's Texas got some inside info, I think, in white supremacist territory, right? Okay, so, because once they cross the border, they're a little darker, and they're like, nope. Not doing that. Right. Okay. So anyway, back to, like, how did this all start? Right. So now, say that there's like some white kids without like rabbi eyes, but like rabbi eyes, like a Peter Romer problem with like distant cousin to a Korean. Right. Okay. So, say you have my eyes, which is clearly a breed of a whole nother kind. How are you going to know if the world stops hiring your kid and starts filling and rewriting star important jobs? Like say like there's a nest somewhere that has like, oh good, I'll take one, you're a dark color, I'll take one of you, oh, you get funny eyes, I'll take you, great, you got whatever you got, great, okay, and then you're like the whatever, great. And then they all are responsible for watching over something. Who checks on those kids, make sure that there's no turnover, like nobody kills them all, and then like when nobody was looking, nobody's checking on them. Right, like, is there like overlay on that? Because I'm pretty sure if my spidey senses are tingling, the Koreans already did that in like the 90s. They sent in a special group of rabbi children that looked like Peter Romer, not Peter Tiafrio, but Peter Romer, and they had those weird looking rabbi eyes, right? And I'm pretty sure there was no survivors except the weird rabbi kids. So now, how's anybody going to know on world stage if they're white, if they're dark, if they're caramel color, tan, whatever? Like, anybody, like, ever send a search party, like, just check in? Like, yeah, we got to check on you, like, once a month, something? Random schedule? I don't know. It depends on what they're in charge of. Just curious, because my side is going, how the hell, because I know this process in place, how the hell did my Paleo-Hebrew-ish looking gal with the correct eyes, just no understanding of the symbols, or the sound, although it sounds like heaven to me. I don't speak it. Right. Okay. So now how does a gal like me get her entire story overwritten in star speak? I mean, like, there was manifesto of what to watch out for. There were clear danger signs based on my lifetime. I mean, when I was in spiritual warehouse, like, we do communicate and we do work with you. That's what multiple lives simultaneously and in ways that we don't normally tell the humans, right? So when that happens, like, how is the world going to know if their employment requirements change because somebody decides to kill all of the kids in the office that don't look like them and then switch them out? I'm just curious. Like, there were safety requirements, right? I know that I put those in place because it was one of my concerns with you all watching over one another without me and where I need to be, and by the looks of where I was going in scope before I got here in sector, vector, thief, and like your umpteen possibilities for fucking stupid and sideways, based on the trajectory of what the fuck you guys were up to before you even touched low key. Like, one, how deep into the rabbit hole do I need to go? Who do I talk to? Like, who's in charge of that stuff? Like, is it a 1-star guy? Is it like a 5 stars? Is that better? Like, do they have to have hanging, dangling beauty? I mean, like, I haven't seen any worth your weight in salt. I mean, I'd say gold, but that's like far off the beaten path. Forget that. Let's not get all the kids all crazy about copper and gold. Right, let's stick to natural resources at the moment. I mean, for the strictly stupid, there's like sand, silica, got that, but you need salt to preserve things, especially when you're going to have a famine. Great, okay. Here we're back at corn and maize, got that. So now, where are the humans intelligent enough to answer my questions? Like, how does one get a line into, like, the Pentagon? Or, like, and what are they in charge of? Like, I mean, are they in charge of, like, something special? Or are they, like, I thought they were, like, the guys who were, like, the penitentiary aficionados, right? Why are they so inept at their security facility and job? Anybody check on them? Do they still work? Do they collect paychecks? Like, where do they live? Right? I'm pretty sure they don't publish that. Yeah, but see, my warehouse, right, at MIB, right, OB tampon, yeah, me and some nasal spray that they put together for some new CDC virus, because it's on a low-key whatever, right, about suicide and wanting to fucking kill yourself. Yeah, you guys already did that when I got here. So who's checking on, right, because you need multiple lives usually in order to work certain jobs. So, I mean, like, are you guys, like, even aware of that anymore? Like, do you know what questions to even ask? I mean, like, I don't even know where to go with this one, because it's like, how out of alignment is the worldwide security at this point? Because I can feel my atoms being pulled and my face changed. I had a face transplant and they didn't even send a medic. Hello? World security? Where is my Swiss Matterhorn medic that I was promised to, so nobody would rewrite anyone's star children's requirements and then set off a whole lot of alarms? Like, where is what I needed when I got here? Because you humans have fulfilled 0 to me. And there were definite requirements on my end. Like the fact that you don't even know pheno Italy, piano, for English, I suppose. Right. It's two in Druidic. It's two completely different things. Right. Okay, so I know that kind of stuff. Knew it since I got here, or had to be reminded very briefly of it. Got it. And then I'm like, okay, so now what do I do with it? Like, where is that level of helpful in the world? Because so far I see dumb, fucking, useless daily in a soft serve, like, metaphoric land of they don't do shit. They watch TV and that's pretty much it. So, like, I knew I was, like, one of those kids, so why did, like, whole world of helpful people forget I existed and to come get me? And I really didn't want to stay in New York ever. Not for a night. Definitely not for 15,000 and more. So now, how do I get my star whatever? Do I rewrite it? Is it overwrite? How do you guys put that in? Like, how did it get changed? I'm just curious. For all area knows stuff and knows what the fuck went on. Can't seem to do their job properly for, I can't fucking tell you. I already did the intake before I exited wherever I was and pulled through the fucking, oh shit, and then I landed here. And it was like almost like an emergency drill for outer space aliens, and I'm not doing this from like hovercraft level, right? So why did nobody get to me? Are you all dead? It's a certain possibility, because I mean, who the fuck knows?